All right. So Yolanda, you've seen the video. Please give me your thoughts on this.
And I have a nice amount of thoughts on this. um, it's very drastic. But looking at the video in its whole totality, it was brought out that this was supposedly supposed to be a skit,
Oh,
but
okay.
it was an actual woman, not the same one in the video, that actually got arrested for actually throwing her boyfriend's uh, mother's ashes. Now, it didn't specify why, that I can recall, but just to look at it as how it is, that's something you should never do. I'm sorry, you should never. I don't care. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
you just don't mess with dead people ashes at all. Period.
Facts.
And what would come behind you doing that to somebody is almost like you can't really like put levels to, oh, this person can't do this person can't do that. Yes, everybody should mind their emotions, but that's somebody's mama's ashes. So I definitely would say it is definitely it was a shock for me to look at it. Number one.
I notice you're
And
trying to mind your word. I know you
yeah,
watching your words.
I am. Yeah, I had a lot of thoughts going through my head, like, oh my gosh, what is you doing?
Look,
Things can happen.
I looked up the comments because I saw it on World Star, right? So I'm looking at the comments, man, and it's only dudes like World Star pretty much is like,
Yeah.
man, man, all these dudes was like the comments. It was like, now this is a quality year now, so we're gonna handle this equally. I was like, yo, they
Yeah.
really, but I understand it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So
definitely.
because of that video, remember the conversation we were having. I said I was going to ask this, and this is why I'm gonna ask you. Because of that video and actually saying that it was actually a woman who did that went to jail? Do women truly understand threat levels?
I don't think they do.
Why is that?
I wouldn't say for the mass majority. Some of us actually do understand there are severe consequences when you just go above and beyond just to stick it to somebody because they may have hurt them, cheated, whatever the case may be that led you to do something that high. You know, um, I I can't even put words to. I feel like some of them feel like they're untouchable. Some of them feel like, oh, this person is not going to do nothing to me. But you never know. I mean, when people are put in situations, and I don't care how logical you may be, that's your mama's ashes.
Facts. Yep.
You
Facts.
intended to keep for however long it may have been for you, but that was up for that person to discard the ashes in the manner of how that person was going to discard the ashes. It wasn't up to her to do that. So, in that factor, it's a lot of women out here that don't understand the threat level. Even though there's been some that, have received some backlash,
Yeah.
but even within, it's like they don't really see how severe it can get.
Yeah. Because when you think about Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, how she was throwing bottles at him, and he never actually physically did anything, even to the point where he got a piece of his finger severed. And it's one of those moments where you have Amber Heard who does that, doesn't actually get physically beat up. Then you have a person like this, even if it was a joke, still is showing something where somebody in their whacked mind might be like, you know what, I'm gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm gonna dump his grandmother's ashes, or I'm gonna do this because what he gonna do to me? We've seen pretty prime examples where women have blasted people's car windows out, slashed tires, written crazy notes all over the dude's vehicle, or trashed his house, whatever. And then be like, well, what are you gonna do about it? and
Hey, do you remember that one where that lady tried to pour? I think it was a gas. I think it was gasoline in the car, and it blew back on her.
Yeah, she actually set that thing off and blew the hair off
Blew
her
it
face.
to the next century.
And then tried to lie. And then tried to lie and say she ain't do it, but then they
And
saw
she
her
was on
face.
camera. Like,
Yes.
oh my goodness.
And her
Now,
face. Did you see how singed her face
yes.
was in the
Oh,
police
yeah.
pictures? Yeah,
Yeah. Like, you ain't do it, but you missing all of this right here. Probably part of your hairline.
just out here with I was about to say it. I ain't gonna say it again. I ain't trying to have Will Smith come and get me. I had a joke coming. I was like, I'm gonna leave it alone. I ain't gonna say
Yeah, you better leave that one alone. Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
But
Your
so think
joke.
about it, right? Think about it like this, right? So I was listening to different videos and I saw this video is really weird because I don't know if it was an act because it always confuses me, right? Um, they were at a restaurant and at the restaurant, it's beating on them at the restaurant. No one does a thing. Period. They just watched. Everybody's like, "Oh my god, can they leave?" But she's clearly beating on this man. Like at first, she starts on him at the table, gets up, and he's walking around the whole place. No one intervenes. Now I can put money on it. If he'd have uppercut him, everybody would have got involved.
Yeah.
You see the one on the plane? I guess it was like the Spanish chick. She hit the dude in the head with a computer.
No, I didn't see that one.
So what happened was she was cussing dude out, going hard in the paint, and he's sitting there like, and she was like, "Don't you say another word, or I'm leaving you," and all just craziness, right? So the flight attendants come to him like, "Hey, yo, do you feel safe?" He like, "No." She was like, "Oh, for real? You don't feel safe?" So he gets up and jumps past her, and as he's leaving, she jumps up, boom, cracks him. Everybody's like, "Oh my god, oh my god!" No one intervenes. All of a sudden, I think it was like an air marshal or something. He was like, "You need to get off the plane. You finna be arrested." She was like, "I don't care, whatever, whatever." But no one intervenes when these people are wilding. So I think that's why they don't have an idea of the threat level, because the moment that the dude responds, it's instantly stopped. They'll start breaking it up then. But if a woman's beating on a man, doing all this other stuff, they just be like, "Oh man, that's crazy. Can somebody stop this?" But nobody will stop it. But the moment the dude responds, and they go, "Oh, wait." So then she don't even actually get to understand the answer to her actions. You know what I'm saying? And she's
Yeah.
just like, "Yeah, after you break it up, then she's still talking crazy. Not like she's the one that's been putting her hands on him first, or whatever object she was using." So I think that's why they don't understand it, because it's always stopped. Not that it should ever start. Because what was the show that had the lead attorney? And they were on the Lapeef Network. And they was like, "Well, what if the woman puts his hands on you?" And he was like, "I got a right to respond." And they was like, "But why can't you
Yeah.
just train?" And he was like, why are we even talking about that part? Why is she thinking it's okay to put
To
her
put her
hands on a man?
because it's gone too far long of women putting their hands on men and they don't do nothing. Or if they do, if they try to restrain, they still go to jail for some odd reason. They can look battered as hell. But since he threw me across the room. Oh, you did? Handcuff. You see me? My eyes black. I'm missing the patch of hair. This woman is abusing me. No, they can't fathom that. No woman can abuse you. Yeah, they can. If you do not do anything, because you know the risk that you're running when you do, yeah, you can be abused.
Yeah, because technically, wouldn't that be a form of it? Not even the physical, but going and dumping your mother's ashes. Like
I think that would be.
what's
I think
motherly?
I can't say if it's like a legal term or anything of that nature or a law. I don't know if that's disgracing a body, even though the body was already burned. I can't say what those charges would be. I don't know
Oh
what
no,
that.
but I'm talking about Because not physical, but would it be like mental and emotional?
So abuse, I think it would fall under those lines. It just depends on the state that
Okay,
you're.
because I mean, you tossing some errands off. Like, usually you do that willingly where you throw their ashes into the water, and send them on their way. But you go home and your mama gone. You know what I mean? It's beach time. I'm like, who stole my mama? You know what I'm saying?
Not knowing, then came back, probably got a text like 10 minutes later, like, yeah, I threw your mama in the river. Like, what? You did what?
Yeah, because it's
like, you gotta laugh at first, like, hold on. You couldn't be that stupid to throw my mama in the river. All right,
I recorded it and put it on TikTok.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just check your TikTok. It's on I don't know what it is, my story or something, because I don't got. And you look at that, I can't even say, like, what would be the emotions running through your head, because I gotta be logical. I can't put my hands on her. All right, but I don't know. Like, I'll say in my opinion, it's fair game. You'd have crossed the line.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, because it's interesting. Like you said, when women understand the threat level, they have a different viewpoint as far as, hey man, all fair. You want to go that route, then you got because even when I was growing up, my mom was like, don't let no one put their hands on you. You better drop her. Tell them I told you. But in realistic life, I couldn't do that. I just had to warn, like,
drop somebody and just walk away.
Just body him and be like, yeah, my mama told me. My mama told me to do that, and just walk off. Like, you know what I mean?
And then you go back, and she got her cousins, uncles, freaking everybody, and they don't care what she did. It's the fact that you put your hands on her.
Dicey. And we live in a day and age where we actually have to commend men for not going that level. Like, yo, man, that's a smart brother right there. He didn't lose his cool. He didn't end up in prison because of what she did. And I'm like, why are we commending the men for doing the right thing, and just somehow those women that wild out like that don't even get mentioned? It's just like, why do you think that is? In the patriarchy that we live, why is it that women don't understand threat? In the patriarchy that we live, as horrible as it is, how is it that women don't understand threat levels against men?
You said against men, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or in regards to men.
In regards to men, because you have enough women that have gotten away with doing things to men.
Yeah.
Right. Now, you have some that haven't, but majority of them have, because most of them are not going to do too much. Actually, they ain't calling no sisters, no cousins or anything on you. They're not involving family members. That is the only thing I could see why. If it was actually equal, as they say they want to be equal to men, some things would have happened. And they would have understood.
Why you stuttered?
You'd have probably got knocked between the washer and the dryer a few times. All right. It would have been that. Like, it wouldn't have been no police, no nothing, because this is fair. When they come in, the police, oh, what happened? Oh, she popped me and I smacked her around. Oh, really? That's all that's happened? Okay, got you. Keep your hands off of them. Seems like that. Like, if that was actually the truth in the matter, that, she doesn't look too battered in that sense, because if you talking about, hey, she just slapped me, you got a little red marker, she over here crippled, 2 black eyes, that's a whole nother story. Like, she coming to help me, master, help me.
Like she didn't had a bout with like she didn't had a bout with Debo or something like that.
Yeah, but let me rephrase this. I am not condoning abuse, okay? I'm not condoning that whatsoever.
I'm talking about that.
All right, but if we're going to talk this in plain in general, when we say we want to be equal to men, you also have to understand the threat levels when you go at men. There are men out there that will restrain you, and there are men out there that will call their cousins. All right, and
Yeah,
sisters, aunties, whatever the case may be. But it's very few. That's how I feel like it has been that way. Where oh, nobody's gonna touch me. Because at times, some people don't have the extra family members to check you, you know, and some family units are not that together for that to happen. So it's like if they're allowed to run rampant like that, and they don't get no abuse charges. I haven't seen a woman. I can't. I mean, it might be. I can't recall that I've actually seen a case, like a public case, where it was physical abuse beyond Johnny Depp and Amber Heard.
yeah,
Uh,
none. But when you look
that
at the
is the only
statistics,
one.
when you look at the statistics, is actually since the pandemic started. I know at first they said it was a rise with men being
Mm-hmm.
the aggressors, but then this last year it was actually flipped, and it was women that were the higher aggressors for that year, which was pretty
Mm-hmm.
crazy. You know what I'm saying? But the moral of the story is, I don't care how angry you get, don't go for the gusto. Just leave. If the dude
Just look.
cheat, just bail out. Don't
Yeah.
don't don't go tit for tat because you're gonna end up losing just like they'll lose. There's no winners in it. The idea is to
Mm.
leave, keep your hands to yourself, keep your items to yourself, don't mess with their stuff. Just break clean, dip off, and live yourself a healthy life. And if it hurts you that bad, go get counseling. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yep, I
Because
definitely
I'm
agree
telling
with
you,
you.
because once you think about it, if you dump those ashes and you feel good about it later on and still feel good about it, something's actually off with you. Like straight
You
up.
have lost it. You have lost your humanity, honey.
Yeah, for
You have
real.
lost it. You have let that man. That means that's not the only time he cheated on you. So he's a serial cheater. Because I can't see somebody getting cheated on the first time and doing something like that. I would
Yeah,
believe it's a continuous, and things have got so chaotic between the two that she keeps staying and not leaving, and she just blows in that sense. And it's like if you come to that point where, like you said, if you're relieved and you feel no remorse after it, you definitely need counseling.
facts.
Stay away from ashes. Stay away from best friends. Stay away from daddies. Stay away from mamas. Stay away from the damn family, okay? Sorry I cuss, but stay away from them. All right? Low blows is never good. It's not.
Stay away from ashes. Like, yo, just go chill
Just
out the
stay
wood.
away.
Go chill out the wood somewhere. You know what I mean? Just
Look, because
remove
it never
yourself from humanity.
ends well. It never ends well. It always
Never.
somehow comes out. Like, and God forbid you got married and you got this deep secret. You done slept with his best friend for 2 years, but y'all stopped. And the best friend gets jealous and one drunk night, yeah, I did your wife 5 years ago before you got married. Like what? Like you just leave it
Thanks.
alone. Just leave it alone. It's like I don't get that. It's like if he all right, so if he continuously messes with random women and then you go for a brother, the cousin.
Yeah. I thought we was gonna stay away from that because we was gonna save some time. Yo, so look, we're gonna talk. Hold on,
Yeah.
we're gonna end it here, right? Now, if y'all want to hear this conversation we had about cheating and what happens in these tit for tats, put it down in the comment section, please, because I'm telling you, if we talk about this, it needs its own segment, all right? But
Yeah.
thank you for watching. Be on the lookout for more videos, and everybody have a good one. All right, now, peace.